probably.
Hi guys, this is Zix Gaming back here with another live stream, and today I'm doing my my Manchester United career mode. Let's get into it.
Turn on my phone.
So we've got Man City. I left this video because this is going to be the big one. The Manchester Derby is the first game. The team lineup is Martial, Fernandes, Rashford, James, Pogba, Atta, Hernandez, Maguire, Laporte and Wan-Bissaka with De Gea in goal. As you guys know, a couple of episodes Mbappe got injured. So we're starting James over Greenwood, but Greenwood comes on at half time or 60th minute. Let's get into it.
Dylan,
yeah?
You know, just watch your stream. I want you to say something.
I'm watching my own stream, yeah.
Yeah, do you not see the thing at like the right hand side? What's that?
It's where you can see your comments. Oh, I didn't even do the skill, man. So, oh, see you later, mate. Come again.
Do the dear people watching?
Oh, well, that was too easy.
That was too easy.
Oh, he done the wrong thing. Oh, the flip-flop didn't work. He didn't send them to the shops. Bernardo Silva there. Let's go. Man City's lineup is trash. I'm joking. Raheem Sterling with Aguero and Mahrez. Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva and Rodri. Klosterman, Fernandinho and Jimenez with Cancelo and Edison in goal. That's actually a strong team. Let's get into it. What?
You should be able to beat Man City because, you know, the way Man United did beat them 3 times this season.
Straight away Mahrez on a dangerous run. But brilliant by Harry Maguire. Hernandez. Up to Rashford. Rashford gets tackled by Joao Cancelo. Oh, so easy from Pogba. Makes it look everything so easy. Oh, Atta's just sent both of them to the shops. And James is through, but well defended by
I remember you said you were going to sell Pogba. You were. Oh,
I still might.
Woo!
He's getting a bit old. He's 27.
Not that old. Not old in real life. He's getting a tiny bit old in football.
Brilliant by Wan-Bissaka to Martial. Martial plays it into Atta. Atta through to Rashford. Brilliant done by Joao Cancelo and Bernardo on the ball. Oh, he's done Harry Maguire. But Laporte does not get beaten easily against his former club, and that is a vital interception. Pogba loses it but wins it back, plays it through to Martial. Martial, and it's 1-0. Anthony Martial makes it 1-0 in the... I think now what minute? The 11th minute and 7 seconds. He makes it 1-0, and Man United look like they're going to absolutely destroy Manchester City today.
Ooh, very nice.
It's first again, as you guys know, it's first against second in this game. We drew a Brighton, I think it was, that made us go down to second. We were actually in first. Oh, 1 over the top ball towards Anthony Martial, who, oh, nearly got there. Well brought down by Daniel James, who... Sorry guys, my controller died. Hello?
Oh, not very good.
Well played by the midfield. Oh, what a ball by Bruno Fernandes! Rev! It's a penalty! Should have been a penalty! Oh, Rashford plays Martial! And it's 2-0! Anthony Martial makes it 2. And Man United look Wraitham going at Manchester City. And I think the title might be going to Man U this year. Massive mistake by Gimenez. And straight into the path of Rashford, who gives it to Martial. And it's 2-0. Man City playing common collective football. De Bruyne looking for the Hollywood pass, but intercepted by Wan-Bissaka to James. Back to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka making a run at the Man City defence, but Sterling catches him, gives it a Klosterman. But Wan-Bissaka intercepts it, but goes only to Rodri. Klosterman's made a massive mistake. I think he was bored. Laporte sends Aguero to the shops. Into Atta. Atta does terrible. Rashford chasing down Riyad. Riyad going backwards towards Jimenez. Jimenez to Joao Cancelo. To Bernardo. To Aguero. Aguero tries to beat Atta, but Atta tackles him beautifully. Bernardo into Rashford. Rashford all the way. Sees Anthony Martial, but brilliantly saved by Edison. Atta with a brilliant interception. Gives it off towards Fernandes, who gives it into Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes has a shot, intercepted. But Martial beats his man. But tackled. Gimenez towards Klosterman. Klosterman back to Gimenez. Back to Klosterman. Back to Gimenez. Back to Klosterman. Towards De Bruyne. De Bruyne looking for the run of Sterling. Just has to pass it normally because I don't know run. Laporte to Anthony Martial, but Anthony Martial, oh! And it's out for a throw-in. You guys, that was dodgy from Manchester City there. James, Bruno, into Pogba, into Atta, Atta. Looking for the run of James and Bruno Fernandes, and it's a goal! Oh! Bruno Fernandes makes it 3-0.
Nice goal, Dylan.
Cheers. Jeez, did you see how bad that did now?
I don't know, Dylan. Cheers, big ears.
Watch this ball. That is classed by Atta, and what a header from Bruno Fernandes. That makes it 3-0 before even half time. I think Manchester City are getting it.
Happy.
Joao Cancelo into Riyad. Riyad back to Joao. Into Rashford. Rashford intercepts it. Looking to Bruno. Bruno with a terrible chipped over the top ball. Now it's back to Man City in possession. What a through ball from Rodri towards Sterling, who's destroyed Wan-Bissaka. Destroyed Pogba, gives it to De Bruyne. And it's a brilliant save from David De Gea. David De Gea's had his Weetabix this season. Brilliant from David De Gea.
Haha, very funny, Dylan. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, De Bruyne sent it to the shops, and it's a De Gea save, and it's a goal! De Bruyne, we've been under the cosh, and it's a goal. Mistakes lead to goals, and we've made a mistake, and De Gea should have probably saved that, to be totally honest with you. But, sorry for the blue screen, guys. Right. 3-1. 4-goal thriller, and it's not even half time. Brilliant by Hernandez, who finds Maguire. Maguire into Atta, who gets past the ball in a stupid spot from Maguire. Wasn't even wanting to pass it in him there. Oh, Aguero De Bruyne, but brilliant recovery. Oh, what's going on? And it's another goal. It's 3-2. And Man City are right back in the game. Oh, hit him in the face. Hernandez. Into Fernandez. Fake shot. Into Martial. Trying to get it away from his man. Gives it to Atta. As well. And Martial does well to recover it, but passes it away again. Man United have looked sloppy since they went 3-0 up. De Bruyne. Brilliant by De Gea. Out to Fernandez. Oh. And that's it for half time. Man City 2, Man United 3. 5-goal thriller at half time. Let's make a quick substitution. First of all, let's bring on Greenwood. And let's bring on Fred. Bruno towards Greenwood. To Fred. Maguire moving forward. Hernandez into Atta into Fred. Fred to Greenwood to Wan-Bissaka to Sterling only. Sterling now on the counter attack. Fred does brilliantly. Who gives it into Anthony Martial, who's turned away from his man. Martial's away. Straight into the hands of Edison. Well done by Wan-Bissaka, but he's still got the ball. Atta to Rashford. Rashford is trying to outpace Joe Cancelo, and he does. And it's in. What a save by Edison. And Martial denied his hat-trick. Actually, Martial's only scored one, hasn't he? Shit. Sorry, guys. Fred with a brilliant tackle into Bruno. Walks straight into Rodri. Bruno. Bernardo gives it Aguero into Maguire looking to move forward. Gives it straight to Fred to Martial towards Mason Greenwood, who's moving. He gets across. He has a shot and he's hit the post. Mason Greenwood's denied. Manchester United a 4th goal. Sane comes on for Mahrez. Klosterman plays it down the line towards Sterling, but goes out of play. Right, Greenwood to Martial. Martial back to Greenwood, but gets intercepted. Laporte against Sterling. Laporte dives in. Maguire covers from well. Gundogan to Klosterman. Klosterman towards Sterling. Sterling to Klosterman. Maguire does well. And it's probably what a save by the Haver here. Rashford gives it into Bruno, who gives it to Martial, who gives it back to Rashford. Rashford's on the run. Rashford tackled beautifully by the defence. Fred to Martial, gives it through to Greenwood, and takes a heavy touch. Bruno can't find the head of Laporte. Brilliantly done by Martial to Atta to Maguire to Bruno. Bruno to Atta. Atta! Ah! Atta doesn't convert his chance. Brilliant football by Manchester United, but Atta does not finish. Klosterman up the line to Sterling, who gives it to Mix. Gives it back to Sterling. Into Wan-Bissaka though, to Fred, to Laporte, to Atta. Atta towards Hernandez. Gives it to Rashford. Rashford gives it to Bruno. Bruno towards Martial, and it's a goal! Anthony Martial for his second or third of the game makes it 4-2 Manchester United. And if it stays like this, if Man United win this game, it'll end up Manchester United at the top of the table and Man City in second. At the Etihad, it's Manchester City 2, Manchester United 4. Bernardo switches the play over to Sterling with a brilliant switch. And Wan-Bissaka tried to catch up with Sterling, can't. And it's an own goal! Oh no! What have I done? Wait there. Let's watch this again, right? I click circle to get rid of it. Ah!
What happened?
I clicked circle to get rid of the ball, and Maguire's just put it in his own goal. It's Manchester United 3, Man United 4, and we're back in the same situation. Fred to Bruno. Bruno turns Sane beautifully, gives it to Laporte. Laporte plays it up into Bruno Fernandes, but tackled, man. Come on. Mix gives it to Gundogan, back to Mix towards Sterling. Oh, brilliant! Klosterman offside. Laporte gives it to Wan-Bissaka, who gives it into Fred. Fred then gives it to Bruno Fernandes, who passes it off towards Greenwood. Well done by Wan-Bissaka, gives it into Fred. Fred moving forward, passes it into Anthony Martial, who gets tackled. No free kick given. How's he still got the ball? Two of yous tackled him and he's still got the ball. Laporte gets booked. Arta gives it in to Fred. Fred looking for the run of Anthony Martial. Martial on a hat-trick. He's put it wide. Anthony Martial. Bernardo with a beautiful through ball towards Leroy Sané. Maguire's feeling so slow. It's crossed in, back stick. And it's over the bar. Man United on the... Give it away! Stupidly, but Laporte against his former club does well. But they'll give it away again. And it's a brilliant save from David De Gea that's keeping this game 4-3. Hernandez to Atta, Atta to Martial. Brilliant tackle by Gundogan. Atta, brilliant interception. Plays it to Hernandez, who switches the play towards Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire with a really dodgy pass, but gives it to Wan-Bissaka, who gives it to De Gea. De Gea gives it to Laporte, who gives it into Atta, who gives it to Rashford. To Martial, who turns straight into giving it. But that's it. A 7-goal thriller at the Etihad. But the red side of Manchester comes out on top. Hat-trick for Anthony Martial, plus a goal for Bruno Fernandes. It ends Manchester City 3, Man United 4. These are the goals. So the first one coming with a mistake from Man City, who gives it to Pogba. Pogba plays it through to Anthony Martial, and then another one from Martial. Another beautiful finish. And then the goal from Bruno Fernandes. This was a nice goal. over the top, straight onto the head. And it's 3-0 already. But then we give away 2 stupid goals. First of all, coming with a stupid rebound goal. Then one coming from an absolute stupid mistake from our defence. Giving us straight in an absolute pile drive of a shot. No one was saving that. And then I make it 4-2. Martial with his hat-trick. And then obviously we give away another goal. Let's do the interview. I didn't really want to do this, but I've got to apparently. Anyways.
Just a couple of questions for you.
Why didn't Scott McTominay start? Team comes first. We were expecting Martial to get a hat-trick today. Martial's a role model. Your team scored the decisive goal. What do you make of the game? We were the better team.
Thank you for your time.
Now, we've got a game against Easy Altmo. We're going to start the B team. We're actually unbeaten in this. But we'll hopefully beat them with our B team, so. Anyways. We actually lost to AZ. But it doesn't really matter because for one, we're guaranteed to finish first. I think. Let's just check. Right, standings. You guys can see we're top of the Premier League by 1 point. Where Newcastle are sitting in a solid 9th. Where's Arsenal? And 13th. Where's Chelsea? 7th. Anyways, Europa League, there we are.
Here, Dylan.
Yeah? Top of the table, there you go.
You know, my Newcastle career mode, I'm doing better in it than your table at the minute.
How?
Because I'm 5th in my Newcastle career mode.
Alright.
That Newcastle is in your table. Because you said they're 9th, I think.
Yeah, they are. Now, it's a game against a really solid Everton team. Who are sitting and standing in a... don't know actually where they're standing. They're standing in a solid 9th when Newcastle are in 7th. I mean 8th. There's a big massive gap between Chelsea and them though. Right there. When's the FA Cup start? Right, so they're in round 2. So the next FA Cup game, the FA Cup game will be in...
What month are you in?
December. What you in, Lucas?
I actually don't know, let me check.
Now we're playing a solid Everton team with Moyes Keane up top, right? Mbappe isn't back yet. He's out till about January, February probably. But anyways, it's us at top, so it doesn't matter. Now it's a defensive one. Up against Richarlison. Get a bit of that, boy. Get a bit of that. Get snapped. Oh, I want this. Get snapped. Get sliced. Get diced.
I am in December.
Yeah, I've got 3 more games probably in December.
You playing? What team you playing?
I'm playing Everton right now.
Everton.
Oh, guys, there's snow on the pitch.
Yeah, you played Newcastle last episode, did you not?
Yep. when you play Man United, or have you already played them?
Nah, I'm on that game legit for the next episode. I'm playing United in the next episode.
James to Bruno,
Mine's
Bruno to
Everton.
Wan-Bissaka to James. Oh, James is through. He takes the shot. Brilliant save. He crosses it back in, but it's good save again by England's number 1. But massively bad, really
This
bad
doesn't
kick.
make sense.
Pogba
This
cuts.
does not make sense.
That's a bit of a dirty tackle, isn't it? Sisto to Keane to Davies, back to Keane, back to Davies.
Here, Dylan.
Davies plays Nassina through. He gives it to Richarlison. Moise Keane puts it wide.
You, Dylan.
Yo, Hernandez.
What date are you playing Everton in?
I'll tell you after this. James turns his
Because I'm
man.
playing them on the 29th.
Wan-Bissaka cuts in, plays it to Bruno Fernandes, who has a shot, but it's over the bar. The Portuguese man, the star of the Man United team at the minute, has put him over the bar. Rashford wins that, takes it down nicely on the touch, gives it to Bruno, who gives it to Martial, who tries to find Bruno again. Harry Maguire with an easy win. Gives it to Rashford, who gives it to Atta looking for the through ball towards James.
Here, Dylan.
What?
You know Atta?
Yeah.
If you didn't know, it's Arthur.
It's Atta in Brazilian.
Yeah, but he's not from Brazil.
He is.
Is he?
Yes.
Let me
Atta.
check.
Pogba gives it to Atta towards Martial. Cuts back. Oh. Brilliantly done by De Gea. Atta is Brazilian. Everton are playing very dangerous, and it's brilliant by De Gea. That should definitely have been 1-0, man. Everton. Now Bruno Fernandes
He's
plays Martial.
French.
He's not. He's Brazilian.
Not, but okay.
Sorry guys, I'm pausing the game, right? I'm turning off my stream for 1 second. I'm going to play our potentials. Atta. A-R-T-H. Atta. Brazilian.
Oh, him! Oh, I thought it was a different person.
No, he's Brazilian.
I know.
And they pronounce his name Atta.
Okay. I was thinking of a different person.
Who are you thinking of?
You know Arthur from OL? You know OL, that French team?
Oh! I know him. He's really good, him. Yeah.
He 21 years old.
He's not called Atta. He's not called Atta, though.
Nearly.
Pogba plays it through. And it's stopped. But ref, he's just came through Martial. Like, that's not fair. Sisto beats Wan-Bissaka too easily. Gives it to Gabaman, who gives it back to Sisto. But Sisto's getting outpaced and Pogba with a brilliant defensive interception. But it's given back. Tom Davies. Oh, done the wrong slide challenge animation game. What a save from De Gea. Gary Mina got a yellow card.
Is that like what do you call it? Is
Bruno
that like an
gives it to
Everton
Atta.
person?
Yeah. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, Bruno, man. Come on. Make a good move. Harry
Come on,
Maguire.
bro.
Bruno Fernandes. Brilliant through ball. But who's going to get there first? Oh, what's Pickford done? It stinks. Ah, no. What have you done, Anthony? What have you done?
Dylan, how did you miss that?
I clicked the chip button, thank you very much.
You didn't score.
It's the animations, dude. Don't blame me.
I'm messing around, you.
Bruno Fernandes. How about we have a 1v1 on Ultimate Team?
Your Ultimate Team's better, duh. I never play Ultimate Team.
Wan-Bissaka to Maguire. To Hernandez. To Atta into Pogba.
You play Ultimate
Back
Team
to
all the
Atta.
time.
Gives it to Martial. Actually goes to Rashford. Rashford plays it through to Martial. Who's easily outpaced his man. Cuts back again. Beats his man beautifully. It's whipped in towards the smallest player on the pitch, Daniel James. Bruno Fernandes. Gives it off to Paul Pogba, who stops. Turns straight into Gabamin though. Oh. Moise Kean gives it in. Easily from Wan-Bissaka, intercepted. Maguire to Pogba. Pogba into Atta. Into Bruno. Bruno back to Pogba. Pogba has a dig. Oh my god. He has blasted it over the bar.
Oh my god.
Pickford. Headed by Maguire. Moise Kean. It's not even Moise Kean, it's Niasse, or however you say your name. Richarlison. What a save from De Gea. Pogba running. Hey, that's a book in that, ref. He's just took the poor lad's ankles. It's not even a card.
Whoa.
Well done, Bruno. Martial to Bruno. Back to Martial. Gives it off to Atta, who turns back on his man. Beats his man, and he buries it in the top corner. And it's Manchester United 2, Everton 0. This is going to be the last game of the episode, boys, because I need to go and make myself some dinner. But it's Manchester United 2, Everton 0. Guys, there'll be another episode out today, right? Because I feel bad that I've only played 2 games. So, episode 2, and the next episode, episode 9, will be out. Oh, Moise Kean hits the side netting. I was marking the sweaty option. Wan-Bissaka switches it to Hernandez.
If Dylan doesn't make an whole episode, I'll make him do a longer episode.
I know you will.
For an hour and a half.
I don't do an hour episodes, no, it's just too much.
I'm joking, but you have to do more episodes a day.
Mate, I do 2 a day. It's just recently I've only done 1 because I've been playing more games. I played 3 games an episode. Maybe simmed 1, so maybe 4 games an episode. To me, 16 games in 8 episodes good. Martial gives it to Rashford. Rashford back to Martial. Martial gives it back to Rashford. Rashford. Oh, the skilled passing didn't work. Brilliant save. It's whipped in. Oh, Daniel James does class. But Atta doesn't. Richarlison tried to get away from Maguire, but Maguire defends him beautifully. The next game in December the 21st, it's against Watford, who I think are struggling this season. What a tackle from Harry Maguire. My man's been a beast in this episode. Well done from Rashford. Rashford had a better episode this episode. No goal contributions, but you know, it's still he had an assist actually, I think. Well done by the strong Wan-Bissaka. Martial beats his man. Referee's been took out. Pogba does class. Manchester United are having an absolute mare of shots, but not finishing. Like mare of finishing, yeah. Daniel James gives it to Maguire. Maguire into Hernandez, who gives the through to Rashford. Rashford with a Rabona cross. Massively missed. Hey, what a chicken! He fell out with his own 2 feet. Atta to Bruno Fernandes, who gives it into Martial but doesn't win the ball. Brilliantly won back by Atta though. Shocking header though. And Bruno Fernandes. Atta gives it out of play. Oh, went off him. Brilliant save from De Gea. No, no, no. Rashford. Ref, man, he's getting took out. He's beat his man. Hernandez chips it. Are you not watching my stream anymore, Lucas?
I'm just doing this. Give me a sec. Cause I just went into a drop-in game. I'm joking.
Everton with a corner. Whipped in. Oh, terrible switch. Wan-Bissaka beats his man. How's he getting outpaced, Sisto? How's Sisto outpacing my man Ting Wan-Bissaka? Oh, terrible by Wan-Bissaka, man. Pogba gives it to James, who gives it into Bruno, who gives it to Atta. Atta gives it to Martial, who gives it through to Bruno Fernandes. Oh.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
I like the way you said that.
Cheers. Rashford doing the kicky ups. Oh, Rashford almost scored a kicky up goal. Oh, Maguire just blasts the header over the bar. Atta does the wrong pass. Pogba luckily intercepts it but gives it away. And Sims has got tackled by Lucas Hernandez. Hernandez gives it away. Richarlison to Maita. To Pedro. Pedro Sigurdsson. To Richarlison. Beats his man. Pogba. To Bruno. Bruno. Over to Pogba. Pogba. Gives it into Martial, who gives it to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes gives it back. Ref! I was through. It would have been a 3-0 win. Anyways, Man United 2, Everton 0 at Old Trafford. And that's another win for Manchester United. At our man of the match. So in the next episode, guys, we've got to play Watford, Newcastle again.
Newcastle again.
We played them in October, boys. We won 5-0. We've got to play them again in December. And then we've got to play Burnley. And then that'll leave the next episode after that, which would be episode 11. And we'll just play the rest of January. We'll sim the game against Burnley. We'll play the game against Arsenal. We'll sim the game against Norwich. We'll play the game against Liverpool and Burnley. The top goal scorer in the Premier League is Anthony Martial with 18. Then Bruno Fernandes with 12. Then Aguero with 11. Mane on 11. Roberto Firmino on 10. Along with Jimenez from Wolves and Vardy, Salah and Williams from Chelsea. And Naki Williams, who are on 10. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Stay tuned for episode 9. That'll be happening later on today. Thanks for watching. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a nice comment.